Welcome back to It's Life Loudly,
where life is messy, imperfect, and worth sharing.
We're Dalton and Kristen Steichen, and we are excited to share stories and our experiences.
Ones that might inspire, motivate, and hopefully make you laugh.
We are not experts on this thing called life.
We're just here chatting about it.
It's life
loudly. So this was our second guest on our podcast, Mr. Cole Coke Thompson. Well, I learned that it started in high school when literally I thought it kind of started because of me, but I was totally wrong on that. I started calling, maybe this is why, but I started calling him Coke because every time you type it in my phone, autocorrect changed it to Coke.
Cole to Coke.
So that's what, is that how it started?
That's how it started, yeah. Back when autocorrect was just first a thing, if you typed in Cole on your phone, it would autocorrect to Coke. So that's how it started.
So we call him Coke. And I'm Dolphin.
Dolphin and Coke.
Why are you Dolphin?
I don't know. Because Dalton sounds like dolphin.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, I got a question for you, Dalton. Have you had any heartbreaks? Anything that got away, or anything you wanted to shoot and didn't, or you missed and never ended up getting him?
I mean, I'm sure I have.
Nothing that sticks out though, or
my hunt last year. That would have been so cool. That story. You didn't help us, did you? He wasn't there. He wasn't available or something. That was, I don't know. You can explain more about. I mean, you've had disappointment where like other people have shot deer that like you were after.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, I guess it kind of counts, but
are you thinking of one that I should be saying?
No, I was just asking you.
Yeah, Kristen's deer's up there. I mean, for sure, because I mean, ever since we've been together, it's like I want to get her a deer for the wall. It's not very important for her as it is to me. So she gets a buck tag. We go out last year and get her on a real nice deer, and it was just kind of crazy how it was all coming together and line her up for the shot, and she shoots, and I'm like, you smoked him. Like I was watching through my gun scope, and I mean, it looked like this deer was smoked. He did everything. He did the kick. I heard it. I thought he was smoked, and the thing just kept going. And I'm like, Kristen, you better keep shooting. And then I'm like, wait a second, you dummy. You're holding a rifle and you have a tag. Why aren't you shooting? So I start shooting, and he gets away, and I watch where he goes, and we called people for help, and we tracked him into these cattails, tall cattails, and me and Cody go trampling in there, following the blood, and we get like 7 feet from this guy, and he's holding his head up, but you can hardly see him because the cattails are so tall. Like I could only see like his forehead and up. So him and I are like discussing like, hey, how is he laying? Because I had the gun ready to shoot and finish him, and it's like, hey, we think he's laying like this, and he's like, dude, just aim for his neck, basically. And I'm like, well, yeah, because I can only see his forehead. Did that and missed, and he stood up, ran away, and that was it. I mean, he was clearly hit. I doubt he lived. I mean, I'm sure he would have lived, but I'm assuming coyotes got him. Because, I mean, he was struggling to run, but, I mean, he could get away from us easily. So that's up there. Heartbreak for me, Kristen's.
The part like I know you just told like a quick story, but that was like hours of work. That was like hours of work. So I don't know what time we went hunting, but like even the hunting, like we sat on top of it. Like I'm used to growing up deer stand, like maybe some walking. I've never stalked a deer before that. And so like seeing him come, figuring out where exactly we're going to walk. And it's just so funny because walking with Dalton while hunting is way different than walking with Dalton anywhere else in real life, because I'm way faster than him always. Everywhere we go, I'm waiting on Dalton. Hunting, I cannot keep up in hunting boots to save my life. Like, I swear his strides get like 3 times the length while we're hunting. He's like, come on, come on, come on. And quieter. And he's like, quit tripping over. And I'm like, okay, I'm in these hunting boots. And number one, you're walking 7 times faster than me. And I think at some point, so I don't even know what you want to call it. We were like walking on one side of the ridge, and I think we passed him. Yeah, like so, like we were. I don't even know how close we were, and because then we came up the hill and we're like, where? And all of a sudden, we found out the deer's behind us now. So we had like crossed paths at some point, and yeah, had a.
Well, it was funny because you're like, that's a deer right there. And I'm like, no, those are corner posts because there used to be a fence there. But he was standing next to the corner posts. So I'm like, that ain't a deer. That ain't a deer. I'm like, wait a second. Pull up the binos. I'm like, get down. He's right there.
Like, right. Like I think if we would have went over the hill, like we would have been like on top of him. Like, I don't even know how he didn't like hear us, smell us, or whatever to like bolt out of there because we were so close. And then to like know, like, I got a good shot, felt like a good shot, seemed like it was a good shot, and then just to not. And I don't know, wounding deer isn't not what I not like. That's not fun. And I think it was a pretty nice deer. I don't know anything about deer, but it seemed like a pretty nice deer.
Well, it was definitely your biggest. Other heartbreaks. I mean, there's deer that I've had on camera. Well, clearly the 6x6 that Brady shot was a heartbreak.
That's a good one. I never even thought of that.
I mean, I'm very happy that it was him that got it. But I was, after my 2 encounters with him, I'm like, dude, this deer's dead. I'm going to kill this deer. And then he just gone, left. And part of me, so it's a big 6x6, full velvet, early season. I had him at 15 yards twice. And both times, bushes in my way. And the first time I probably had a 4-inch window to squeeze an arrow. And I told myself, if I wound that deer, I would be very hard on myself. So I didn't take the shot. I stopped myself from taking the shot. Today, do I regret not taking that shot? No. Do I think about if I would have taken that shot, would have I got him? Yes. But do I regret not taking that shot? No. So I guess I have heartbreaks where I've had deer on camera and they either they're gone and I never see them again, or it's been a few times that other people have killed deer that I've had on camera. How about you, Cole? Do you have any heartbreaks?
I got one, one that comes to my mind. In high school, I was bow hunting south of Fargo.
I know this story. That was a big deer.
Probably a half hour south of Fargo. And it was my dad's coworker's land down there. It was next to a creek, river bottom. Ran through it, and it was corn that year. And there was a section line that went down to the creek, and it used to cross the creek before it was there. But when somehow that creek got formed, however many years ago, the road now stops there. So there's no really point of anybody going down that road.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I put my blind. I put it right next to the corn down that road, which, thinking about it now, I don't know why I did that, because anybody could just drive down that road and see my blind and take it or something. But that's what I did. I do think there was 2 rows that were missing some plants, and so I did stick it in a little bit. Like the cedar just skipped magically on that spot where I had just enough room to put the blind in a couple rows, 2-3 rows, but that it was just sticking out like a sore thumb. I mean, I didn't brush it in or nothing, and I just something to do after school. So I decided one day I was like, "Hey, Dad, I'm gonna go bow hunting after school, and I'll see you when I get back." It's like, okay. So after school came, I went down there, drove down there by myself, and got in the blind. I didn't have anything good on trail camera. I had a trail camera sitting there, probably 25 yards from my blind, with corn on the ground, and I didn't have anything good, nothing. But I still just wanted something to do at in the evening, so I went. And I was sitting there, and all of a sudden, I swear it sounded like a grown man walking through the woods, stomping on leaves. That's what it sounded like. I'll never forget it. I had no idea what was about to step out. I for sure thought a human being was going to step out of the trees.
I remember seeing a picture of this deer.
There was a I was right next to the river bottom where this road ended, and so there's piles of trees right along it on both sides. Something was stomping on leaves and like walking towards me, and it was so loud. I thought for sure a person was popping out of the trees. That's how loud it was.
Huh.
And I look up, and there's just a giant buck right there, came out of the trees. And buck fever kicked in, and I can't tell you much what happened after that, because I remember him about to walk away, and I pulled back my bow as fast as I could, and I let an arrow go as fast as I could because he was walking away. And the height looked just right. But with buck fever, that was the first big buck I've ever had in front of me. I just lost. I had no idea what I was doing or what I was seeing even.
Yep.
I called my dad, said I hit one. The shot looked good because on a, vertical,
it was there.
It was there. It was right in the spot where it needed to be. Well, I won't share where it ended up hitting yet, but I called my dad and I told him I hit one, and I think it looked like a good shot. And I think it was a 4. I told my dad over the phone it was a 4x4. Well, I had so much buck fever, I didn't know what I was looking at. I just guessed 4x4. He was a 6x6. That's how bad a buck fever.
Because you looked at, did your camera get him on?
Yeah. So I ended up.
I think I've seen a picture of him.
Yep. So I ended up having him on camera that morning, but back then I didn't have a cell camera.
Yeah.
So I had no idea he was there that morning. I just picked the right day that he came that morning, and he came back that night in daylight. And so my dad drove down from Fargo, and I stayed there till he got there. And we went and tried to look for blood or anything. There was not a drop of blood anywhere. But there's another cornfield on the other side of this prairie trail. And we found half of the arrow snapped off. So we ran into the corn, and it snapped off on a corn stalk. So half the arrow was snapped off, half of the arrow was in him. And we didn't find anything, so we just backed out and said we'll come back tomorrow because the next day was Friday. So I went to school the next day at Friday, so it was a long wait to go back down there because we didn't go back down there till after school. And we didn't find anything. We even, after seeing the trail cam pictures of that deer and how big it was, my dad really wanted to get that deer, recover that deer for me. So I even went to Shields, and he bought one of those thermal.
Really?
Like a rangefinder, but thermal.
Yep.
And he didn't have any intent on keeping it. I think we returned it the next day, but we just wanted it to try to find a body of a deer. We never ended up finding it. But fast forward a month to the day after I shot him with my bow, the neighbor got him on camera again, which made me feel a lot better that he was alive.
Yeah.
Still didn't feel good, but it made me feel better that he was alive still. And I wasn't.
Yeah. Laying out there dead.
He wasn't laying out there dead, and I never got him. But I ended up shooting him in the neck. So perfect. Like if it would have been over a foot, I would have got him in heart shot, but I shot him in the neck. And it just from the trail cam picture,
You could see
the
it.
neighbor got, I can see the hole in his neck, how it healed around it. So I don't know if the arrow fell out of him or if it stayed in him and healed around it. I'm not
Right.
sure, but that's how I know I shot him in the neck.
That was a big deer.
It's probably 160 plus inch
Yeah.
deer with my bow. Would have been awesome for my first year with a bow. But so that one hurts. I'll never forget it. But it was good experience, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, as we finish, I have 2 more questions. I thought I had one, but then I want you to talk about one other story about interesting things that have happened to you while you are hunting. I for sure want Dalton to talk about his coyote story. But if you have something else that you think about.
You talking
Like-
about the deer that ended up in the hay yard?
No, I'm talking about Dalton. Or yeah, I'm talking about Dalton being surrounded by coyotes in his deer blind and being afraid out of his mind.
That was scary, actually. I was just west of our house here, and I was also in high school hunting out of that field was sunflowers, and I had some good deer on camera, and I was hunting and sitting there, and I had 5 does in front of me, and it was still light out, very light out. And all of a sudden, these does' ears just perk up, and they look like behind them, and I'm like, what's going on? And they run off, and 7 coyotes run up, like to the bait pile, chased them off, and like continued to chase them, and like, or just kind of stayed around the whole area. I'm like, whoa, okay. And I do think they all left for a second. And then they came back, and they were like smelling the trail I walked. They were coming up to the blind. And finally, one stopped like near my bait pile, and I drew back, shot. And that just upset them all. I mean, just ticked. I mean, I killed it. Upset. I killed 2 of them. And after that, they would not leave. They ran in circles around my blind, and this is now it's getting dark out. They were yipping and howling and barking. They would not leave. I'm like, screw this. I call Matt. I'm like, I'm stuck here. I'm not getting out of this blind because these coyotes are ticked. And yeah, he came and drove out there and scared them off. But my other story is pretty wild. I feel like we should share it.
Mm-hmm.
This was what, 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
It was the same year that Dingus got shot.
Yep.
Because this was Dingus's buddy.
Yep.
Had a deer I was after. This was December. He was a big 4x4. He came in, and I shot and put a horrible shot on him also, which it sucks, but it happens. This was with a bow. You helped track that day, right?
Yep. We went and found him.
You, me, and Cody?
Yep.
So we tracked him. I think we mapped it out on Onyx. It was 800 yards back.
Yep. And was he
We
in
tracked him back to a slough,
slough?
and we got him in the spotlight, and he was alive. And I also hit him in the neck.
Yep.
And we could clearly see that he was going to live, that it was a non-vital shot, was hardly bleeding. So we backed.
And didn't he get up?
He was up walking around.
And we went to his bed, and we saw just a speck of blood
Yeah.
in his bed.
Yep. After we kicked him, we went to his bed, and there was barely any blood. So we were like, okay, this deer is not going to die, and he's still moving good. He's just sore. We backed out. And this was at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And this was winter. There's snow. This was middle of December, probably, maybe end. And I'm feeding cows. And so the next morning, I don't know if we had somewhere to be the next morning because I was up early. I was up earlier than normal to feed cows because I was up right at first light because it was like 6 or 6:15 or something. Or maybe I was planning on going, I don't know.
And I think I'll add this before we keep going. We spooked him away from your house. So he went even farther south.
So we were
your house.
So where I hunt is south of my house, a half a mile. So I shot him, and he ran 800 yards southwest, I think the slough was.
Yep.
And when we jumped him out of his bed, he ran straight south. So who knows how far south he went. So the next morning, I wake up to feed cows, and I'm driving the loader tractor through my hay yard, which is right below my house here. And a dead deer carcass catches my eye. And that didn't really strike me as surprising because I had a corn pile in my hay yard to mix in with the feed wagon, and I had deer quite often coming in and eating off of it. So I'm like, whatever. So just one of these deer died or something, and I go up to it. I mean, the coyotes have this thing completely eaten. There's nothing left of it, nothing. And I get closer, and I'm like, this was a buck. Like, that's a good size rack. And I get even closer, and I'm like, that's him. That's the buck I just shot. And last night, and we kicked him up, and he ran south. I mean, way south of my yard, because I hunt a half mile. We tracked him 800 yards southwest, and we kicked him south when we jumped him up. And now he's laying dead 75 yards away from my house, completely eaten by coyotes. So that was at 6. We kicked him at midnight, little after midnight. So in 6 hours, coyotes chased him to my yard. I'm assuming the coyotes were chasing him like crazy, and the deer figured my yard was a safe place, is my guess. And when he got to my yard, you could see it in the tracks of the snow. It was all bloody. It was all matted down. You could see where the coyotes took him down. You could see where they finished him and killed him and completely ate him, gone. Nothing left. In 6 hours, that entire deer was bones, a head, and antlers. And that was it. I mean, it was just crazy.
It was.
I still got to recover my deer.
I don't think anybody would believe you if you told them that story without witnesses.
I know.
Because
it's just crazy.
That deer's what, almost a mile and a half
Probably
away,
was a mile, yeah.
And he ends up in your yard the next morning, dead.
6 hours later.
Yep. That was nuts.
Yeah, literally right down there. 75 yards, 80 yards away from the house.
When was that?
4 years ago.
Do we have dogs? That just like freaks me out, the fact that that's like right outside my living room window. And he was like coming back for you.
Maybe.
He's coming back. Yeah, coming back for
revenge.
That's the like stress part about hunting I don't like all that stress. Like, that's a lot of stress on an animal. I mean, and I know that even without us, animals have that stress. That's just the circle of life. It's the way it goes. But then when you're like part of it and you have to like see it, it's like, oh, that's not fun. That's not a fun story.
What was your second question?
My second question and our last question is your dream hunt that you have yet to go on.
I know what Dalton's saying.
Cole can go first.
I'll let you go first so I can think a little bit.
My dream hunt is a red stag out in New Zealand. I just think they're awesome and very pretty, and I want one. I want a big one. And I mean, I want to shoot a moose and an elk. I want to shoot a mule deer. I have a lot of things I want to shoot, but if I got to choose, like, I win a hunt of my choice, can go anywhere I want. Where are you going? I'm going New Zealand, and I'm going red stag hunting. I think shooting a bighorn sheep would be really cool. I mean, I'd go shoot a caribou. Sure. I mean, I've been bear hunting. I didn't see a bear, so I mean, I'd shoot a bear. But I put that top on my list? No. But I mean, I really think, Cole, someday you and I should follow the migration down. I think both you and I deserve a very, very nice pintail for the wall.
Yes, just for reference, we shoot a lot of pintails here, but they do not have their big tails.
They do not have, yeah.
They're sprigs, as they call them.
Yes. We would, I think you and I deserve a sprig.
We would have to go down to Kansas, Oklahoma, or Texas.
I think we should make that happen someday. So what else is your dream?
I think the top one, if I had to put one on top, would be any sort of sheep.
Any what?
Any sheep.
Any sheep?
Yeah. There's couple different species of sheep, not just bighorn. If it was a bighorn, that'd be fine. But
Yep.
there's also stone sheep and
Yep.
whatnot. But probably a
Be
sheep.
cool to get like the Slam or the Grand
Yeah.
Slam or whatever they call it.
Yeah, a slam would be cool, but for just an ordinary guy, it's quite impossible. Yeah, you need to.
You shoot all species of an animal.
You need to own an oil company if you want to go shoot a slam with sheep.
It's tough to do.
Yeah, it's expensive. Probably a sheep. Another one that's high up there is a sea duck hunt.
I can see you seeing that or being all for that.
Those ducks look so cool.
They do.
Those sea ducks.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of, like you said, there's a lot of stuff that I have on my bucket list. I just want to, even if I shoot one of them, I'd be fine. Just one. A lot of upland birds.
Ooh, I got another dream. I want to hunt the flax.
Flax.
Hunt the flax. Nobody does it. That's a joke.
It is an inside joke.
I think shooting a wolf would be really cool. Up in Canada.
I'd be down, like you said, I'd be down for anything.
I'd be down for any, for sure.
The only problem is it's like the whole expense thing.
Yeah.
A lot of these places.
Like you got to pick and choose like what you're willing to pay for. Like I know like Cody's been doing these safaris and stuff, and like that really doesn't excite me a whole lot. Yeah. It really doesn't.
Like if you want to shoot a trophy elk somewhere, it's getting to the point where minimum 15 grand.
Yeah.
It's like I just don't see how a guy can make that swing if you.
I don't think it's gonna. I don't think a New Zealand stag hunt's very cheap.
But at least you're getting out of the country.
You're right.
But
true.
If you don't own a freaking oil company, you just feel like you can't do any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Go on these adventures. You can do it yourself and try to make it at least expensive as possible, but
you're probably not going to be very successful.
The success goes way down doing that. But if you put your time in, if you got the right connections, it can happen.
Yeah.
But
no, right now I'd really love to shoot a mule deer. It's a simple one to knock off the list, I think.
Yeah.
And I think we should start applying party together out there for rifle.
Yep. I got 1 point now.
I'm really glad that I got a camper to be able to help out with your hunting dreams.
We brought Dalton's camper out west with us mule deer hunting, and that was like honestly game changer. Like you'd have to sleep in a tent when you're already sweaty and get more sweaty in that tent or nothing. We came inside, had AC, got a shower. Oh, it was.
We ate real well.
We had a Blackstone going. It was quite.
Spoiled rotten.
We weren't in a hotel, but it was quite close.
I think it was better.
It was probably better. It was awesome.
Well, you're welcome. I'm glad I can help.
Can I just bring up one thing that I just think's crazy that happened this year? Is Dalton got offered $1,000 by some non-residents to hunt ducks on his land.
And I said no.
He said no. We did think about it, though, and we were going to say yes, but we had some regulations in the way preventing that. But I think that was just crazy how these guys...
They were going to pay $1,500.
Yeah, it's like, I don't think I'd pay $2 for a duck hunt, but that's just coming from where we live and how we are, we are in the best duck hunting spot in the world, probably, as most people would say.
So I told them, I said, no, it's worth more to me for me to be able to hunt it. How many limits did we shoot out of that field?
I shot
4?
Yeah, I shot 4 days.
I was 3. You shot, no, you shot it twice. I shot it 3.
I shot it 3 with you and once with me and Brooke. So
didn't you go out there with Jenna and Steve?
That was the same. That was just me and her.
Oh.
So yeah, it was 4 times that we shot that field. And we shot limits out of it every day that we went out there. But I think it's crazy how some of those guys, those non-residents, it means that much to them to shoot 6 ducks that they're going to pay $1,000.
Well, because it's a game of like connections. That's what's like what hunting is. Like hunting is a lot of like who you know and who you
Yeah.
can meet, and
It is.
because most people, I would say, most people. I mean, you guys kind of do your own thing, but you also live here. But like, they're coming in these huge groups, right? They're getting everybody they know together. It's like a social. Right. It's like a social thing. It's a
But even then, it's like, okay, if you split it between 7 guys, even if it is $200 per person, you're not guaranteed to shoot ducks, and you only get 6. It's like that's an expensive duck. But
But that just goes to show
That-
like the feeling that you guys are talking about.
it goes
It's
to show
all about
we get that feeling a lot of days, and they for free, and they have to come up here and for a week even, and they might get one hunt that's stellar like we get.
Well, and I get phone calls off the hook about out of staters wanting to duck hunt my land and asking, and I always say I'm always respectful to them, and thank them for calling, and I'll say I save it for myself and my group of local friends that I hunt with, and some of them are like, oh yeah, we totally get that, perfect, yep, thanks, bye. And then you got some that are like just whine and, oh, it's our last day here. We've had tough luck, and your land is the only one holding birds. And I'm like, my land is the only one holding birds because we know how to hunt them the correct way. We I don't say yes to everybody. We don't hunt the roosts. We hunt away from the roosts. I like we I said it's all management. It's like that's just how it is. And they'll still text me, like that one group, they texted me 2 day or like the next day, and they're like, are you sure, we can't hunt? And I had to get to the point where I'm like, you guys, like, no is no. I mean, at this point you're just being annoying and not helping your case at all for the future. And they didn't even respond. But it's like, yeah, they when they drive 20 hours, some of them more, to come out here just to shoot ducks, they'll pay a lot of money to shoot, to be able to even have one successful hunt. Because the group that offered us money, the way that it sounded to me, they had not had a good hunt yet. It was their last hunt, and then they were going home. So I mean, it was either this is all in or it's nothing. And I ended up saying no anyway.
well, it's just like you wanting to go to New Zealand. I mean, like that's not going to be a cheap trip. Like that's going to be, whereas like, some of these people that live in these other places, like you going all the way to the East Coast to bear hunt, like some people, I don't know if that's something you can do every year. I don't know how bear hunting works, but it's just, I mean, people pay a crazy amount of money for a lot of experience. I mean, it's the same as other sporting events. How much are people willing to pay for an NFL ticket? But I mean, at least there you're guaranteed to see a game.
You're
You
guaranteed,
know,
yeah.
hunting, you're not guaranteed
Nothing.
anything.
No.
So
But I was told there are only 16,000 resident duck stamps sold. This is last year. They don't have this year's yet. 16,000 resident. Do you know how many non-residents there were?
Was it like 28 or something?
28,000. So they need to. I'm really hoping they make that a lottery and limit the amount of out-of-state licenses they start giving. Because, I mean, no offense to you guys that are out-of-state hunters, it's not that, like, I don't blame you, I really don't. But it's just getting to be such a big sport, and everybody wanting to do it, that it's just starting to ruin it for the residents that are here. And then I'm not trying to be this selfish guy, but this is our home. I mean, we should be first priority here for hunting. And when you guys come and put all this pressure on our birds, and a lot of the out of staters do come in and shoot the roosts, and because I think they just have the mindset like, yep, this is our last day, we may as well shoot the roost, and because we're the ones that get to shoot and we leave, so it doesn't affect us after that. Well, there's a lot of people after you leave that want to keep shooting ducks until we freeze up. And if you blow that roost, it's blown. So you ruin it for a lot of people. But I mean, it's just the way it is. But as far as deer, it's like, I mean, I can kind of say this for me and Cole, and it's more for him. But like to shoot a big mature deer, it's very hard. It's tough. And when you get one, no better feeling. No better feeling.
Yeah, I feel like I struggle with like people shooting deer, and I'm like, oh, okay, you shot a.
It's hard for me to, yes.
It's like, okay, you shot a 2-year-old deer, and I want to be happy for you, but at the end of the day, in my head, I'm just trying to wrap my head around like, oh, maybe if we let the deer go, and maybe he could get bigger in 2 or 3 years.
Like the sportsmanship side of me says, yes, congratulate them. They're awesome about that. They're stoked. It's their tag. They can shoot what they want. Congratulations, you got a deer. But then you get to the other side of my brain, and it's like the more management side. And it's the side that says our deer numbers are down. There's not a lot of big deer running around. Ouch. Like that one hurts. But you can't let that side out. But that's still in my head.
It's in my head. It's
Yes.
always in my head.
Because it's not like I've never shot a young deer. I'm not going to say I never have.
Yeah, I mean, for your first deer, for example, you shoot whatever steps out. That's your first deer. You're not going to make your kid wait on a mature 5-year-old deer to step out as his first deer. You're going to shoot the first thing you see, and that's going to be.
But it's not like I'm going to go up to that person and say, you should have never shot that. Because that's not who I am.
Yep.
And I have no right to say that. But I just, yeah. I mean, it does bother me sometimes. It's tough. If we had normal deer numbers like we did 15, 20 years ago, I probably wouldn't care. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not that I care now. I mean, it's just one of those touchy subjects because you don't want to upset somebody and you don't want to offend somebody because it's legal. They can shoot exactly what they want. They have that right, and that is perfect. And if that makes them happy, that's fine. Great. But everybody just looks at it a little different.
Yeah, I feel like what I shoot for is not to be the best out there, but to be try to be the best while trying to, I don't know, promote conservation. Mm-hmm. To whereas that's cool, you guys went and shot your limited ducks, but I went out there and I shot all 6 of my ducks, and they're all drakes. I'm letting the hens create more of the ducks for us next year. Mm-hmm. When I'm deer hunting, for example, tonight, had all of 10 deer in front, or 10 bucks in front of me tonight. All of them 1 year old. I had fawns, there are probably some buck fawns out there, but so half year old to 4 years old. And I had one mature buck in there tonight that I didn't get. He was too far, or he didn't come in time, but they were all within shooting range, but I'm not there to kill anything I see.
Yeah. I don't feel like you and I are as desperate to kill something.
No, that's
as some other people too.
But then you got people like, oh, you just kill everything in sight, don't you? Because I'm always posting pictures of lines of ducks, lines of pheasants, and deer.
Yeah.
You kill everything in sight. Well, I like to hunt.
But you're still picky about what you shoot.
I don't shoot everything I see.
It's like that last duck hunt we were on the other day. And the mallards didn't show up, so we were shooting gadwalls and widgeons.
Yep.
And we were pretty much shooting whatever came in because it wasn't that great. Yep. And you remember, I stood up and there was a hen mallard. I was aimed at it, and it was right there. And I'm like, nah, you can live. And I put my gun down because I knew it was a hen mallard. I'm like, no. I'd rather be short on my limit than shoot that hen mallard. Like, that's, like, to me, that's not worth it. Like, I don't need to shoot a hen mallard.
Yeah.
I don't think either of you would have been that way as teenagers or...
No.
Oh, not a chance.
No, I shot everything in sight when I was
not a chance. When we were kids, no. Not a chance. It's something that I think we've kind of matured into.
So, close us out with one final thought, piece of advice, piece of encouragement to young wannabe hunter connoisseurs like yourselves.
Get in with the right group of people, the right group of friends, the right morals, the right values, follow the rules, have fun, and just respect what you do, respect the land, respect the animal. And that's what it boils down to for me.
Do it for the right reason.
Yep. It's like people think, oh, you hunt, so you just do it for the killing. It's like, no. I mean, a little, but no.
It's like we're not gonna. We're out there to kill, yes, but we're out there to kill. Will go or what will benefit others in the future. If we're just
in a
shooting,
conservative way.
if we're just shooting greenheads, for example, and drake ducks, well, the hens are gonna lay eggs next year. We're not shooting those. If I'm shooting a mature deer, it's on its downslide anyways. It's not going to get any better. It provides other opportunities for other deer to grow into
Yep.
their potential.
Yes. So yes, this was a hunting episode I never thought would happen because I don't get to talk about hunting too often.
I think if there's one thing we should end on, it's when it comes to hunting, 60% of the time it works every time.
I like that. So yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for being here, Cole. Thanks for asking and thinking of questions, Kristen. This was another episode of It's Life Loudly. And how do you usually close this off? I don't even know.
By the way, the only reason I'm here is because they gave me a donut.
We do have donuts. We have puppy chow too, but I wasn't going to announce that. So, okay, thanks for listening. Catch us next time. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.